Hello everyone, this is the Familiar DAVENER number 15. We have started the Slichos, even the Ashkenazim, and I thought it would be a good idea to explain why certain Jews omit certain paragraphs in the Slichos. In the Slichos, there are paragraphs that do not speak to God. In other words, we're not approaching God, but rather we're approaching helpers of God, namely angels. For example, the piyut of the second day in Nusach Poland is Malachei Rachamim Mishartei Yom. The Malachim should bring whatever it is before God, our tefillot. Machnise Rachamim, asking the angels that are in charge of mercy to bring our tefillot before God. It's a beautiful tune, but the words are problematic. So in essence, there have been two approaches to these particular things that come up in the Slichos from here and from there. One is to omit them. Namely, they're problematic. The Rambam says in one of his fundamentals of faith, we only daven to God, not to the helpers of God, quote unquote. So therefore, you have to omit those paragraphs. Finished. That's what I personally do. I think it's safer, quote unquote, and that's what many Jews do. On the other hand, many Jews will say what's in the Slichos books, and I think they have solid ground for it. In a word, if the Jews have been doing it all these generations, it must be correct. Many rabbis, many great Talmidei Chachamim have said it, and therefore we have to assume that there's justification. So what is the justification? So the Rikanti comes along and says, just like Kalev ben Yefuneh, when he came to Israel with the 12 spies, went to the cemetery, namely Ma'arat HaMachpelah, and davened to the patriarchs at their neshamos. They should bring before God his request that he should not sin with the other spies. So too we can daven to neshamos to bring our tefillot to God. We can daven to angels to bring our neshamos, to bring our tefillot to God. Indeed, there has been a custom that's written in the Gemara to go to the cemetery on a fast day. And once again, it seems very clear that we're asking the neshamos to come before God and beg for mercy before the Jewish people. So, he basically justifies it totally. Having said that, there have been other such less justifications. The Chatam Sofer says it's not really justified, but, during this period of time, we want to teach the Jewish people that if you do it b'tzibur, if you daven with a minyan, God will not throw it back, even if your tefillah is tarnished. So it seems very strange to say that it's tarnished. We go in and we say we're going to daven with a very problematic text, just to show that God listens to all tefillot. I think it's very problematic, but something to think about. However, the Maharal, I believe, brings the very best answer. And he says we're not davening to angels. We're asking the angels to bring our tefillot to Hashem. In other words, we know Hashem is the one that will answer or not answer our tefillot. But we're just asking the angels to help us out. So that in and of itself is not a problem. So you can take this same debate and ask yourselves, do you say Barchuni l'shalom on Friday night, asking the angels to give you a bracha when you come home from shul? That too is davening to angels. Some people omit, some people say. So that basically is the controversy about angels in the Slichot. Do we omit or not? So some Jews omit any sort of davening to angels, and some say it, and we gave 3 justifications today.